Hey, it's Dan, and welcome to Unified Gaming. So tonight, guys, we're going to go and do some PvP, showing different builds, and just really kind of hanging out. As with kind of the builds and stuff, if you get any questions, just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer. And obviously, if you haven't done so, subscribe and stuff, it just helps. For the first build we are on, it is the Dot Crow. So this is the build from last patch, and I've made a few tweaks, mainly with Scribing, to make this even better. So we'll show you what it does here, and we'll kind of just sort of roll with the evening. For the Dot Crow, the main thing that we're still rocking is Rally and Draga, and we have Marken still. With the skills, they're the same as before, but we now have Dazing Soul, which is a stun, a dot, and defile. You could put Breach as well. I'm using Breach currently just because I don't have like the defile on this, and it also saves bar space. So we've got a Nightblade over here. Let's add some dots to him. We'll just push down here. Put a little Spirited. Go for my Vampire ult. I'm hitting with loads of dots, I am. He's dead. And can we get his mate? Oh, we got him with the elite train at the end. Oh, that was good. So we had 2 kills there already. Let's see if we can get some dots on this DK. He's dotted up. I'm just going to put on my buffs. See this Nightblade here. Oh, that Warden got me with the stun. That was so annoying, so annoying. So here's the demise. We'll just block that. I got him because he's in a roll dodge. If they roll dodge and use the LE susceptibility, you can make it so that they can't like dodge the damage. So that's really nice. So we've had 3 kills already, and that stun's like really doing this work. Anyway, how are people doing tonight? Oh, that let me see if I get some healing going. Oh, I got so close. The whole Greens game got me in the end. So we had 3 kills so far. How are people doing tonight? How are things kind of with the stream? Audio okay? Video, etc. I do love some Necro. Really love Necro. Okay, we're going to try and get some dots on this person at the back. He's got a cleanse he has going, because he just cleansed quite a few things. Just move around to the side. Go for my ult. I'm going to put loads of dots on them. Yeah, the dots just absolutely like melt people as soon as you get them on them. Oh, we got the kill. We got the kill. Sweet Spotty says, got a day off work to clean the house and play ESO. Oh, that is good to get to play ESO. The cleaning, I guess it needs to happen, but So that guy has so many dots on him. Let's adopt this Warden. I'm just popping down here. Can I get my heals going? I'm so low on health. So low on health. I really like the stun on this though. Like you get the dots on them, you hit them with the stun, and it's so much sustained pressure. And then you got those few Nightblades here, like trying to gank with snipe and stuff. Yeah, so for the build, I'll show you these sets after this and kind of the skills.
This is just dreadful.
So that dude there is really, really stunned and dotted up. You literally just watch his health melt. As soon as those dots tick, it's like nasty. Let's see if we can get the DK. Put some dots on this Sulk. This Sulk will have, like, look at all the dots on him. His shield is just going to be constantly going off. I've got my ult ready. I went for the roll dodge. You saw it, but the leap stunned me because of the delay. That's well annoying. Yeah, we've had 8 assists. I'm not sure we're down a player, but I don't really know what our team are doing either. So we're going to push around. Sweet says Necro is getting a bit of love next patch. We've got him with the dots. Okay, let's just reposition down here. And we're going to heal ourselves. I'll read the message fully in a second. I'm just repositioning, getting all my heals. I've got heal absorption. I went for the. I tried getting greedy and getting the kill. And push around there. Sweet Spot was saying, with Necros getting a bit of love in the next patch, do you think a support Necro would work? I typically run in a small scale Cyrodiil group. Support Necro is not bad because they've got the totem. So they've got the bone totem that is a auto fear. And what makes it really nice is that you can put that down and it stops other ball groups pushing into you unless they have CC immunity. Because more often than not, that will just stun them every couple seconds. You then obviously have some pretty good like heals with coil and stuff being like an AoE with no target cap pretty much. He's dead. Yeah, we got him. So we had 6 skills so far. We had lots of assists though. Look at that, 10 assists. And our team did stuff. Yeah, so I think a support Necro, it will kind of still work because support builds, in all honesty, they're still stronger than damage builds. Heals scale better than damage. Oh, bugger, I didn't mean to do that. I'll do one more on this Necro, and then I'll put a little poll up to see what you guys want to see next. Oh, the guard's the same. Right, they can kill me whilst I'm here. Oh no, he's not a guard. Okay, let's kill him quick. We'll just hide here. And then we will leave there. So I'm going to put a poll on to see what class would you like to see next, like for us to jump on. And obviously if your class is not like on there, then put a comment, because I can only put 4 options. Okay, so there's a quick poll going. Yeah, so for your kind of thing, Sweet, what you're probably wanting to do is go more of a healer, and then kind of the skills you'd use the totem here called Bone Totem. So after 2 seconds, the totem begins spearing nearby enemies every 2 seconds, cause them to cower in place for 4 seconds. This is a defensive stun, so you can use this skill in like keep fights, or in towers. So if you're in a tower, you can chuck it down, and then when other enemies push into you, you've got this auto stun, which makes it really good for like choke points, and it makes it harder for people to like counter your ball group or your group. So this is a really good skill. You've got Grave Grasp, which is an AoE snare, which then turns to a more potent snare and an immobilize when it's morphed. So this is quite good. So these are quite good like crowd control skills that you can just use quite easily, and the AoE on this is really big. You then have, for heals, you've got Coil, and this heals you and people in your group. So you could use this with the Scribing system. This is the superstar for this build. But on the Scribing system, what you can do is use the Mender's Bond, which again is like another tether, put on something like healing or shield. So healing is about 1,000 health a second, so it's still pretty good. But then use Sage's Remedy, which this dot goes like 15,000 on the skill. It's ridiculous. And then you can put Vitality with this. So this becomes a really, really good sort of skill on a healer. You also can then go and use the armor buff if you want to like pull people in. The Scythe is more for your healing, but they're like the main skills you would use in all honesty. And you've got the Colossus, which is a really good ult dump. So you can use this with a group to give the major vulnerability to a group. So you see like the enemy put on Dark Convergence, for example, check out that, everybody gets pulled in, you get the big smash, 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 smash with your whole team pushing in. As for the changes next patch, the PTS at present, this is week 2, I don't think there's enough changes to make Necro better than it is as a damage build, in my opinion. As a support build, it will play very similar to how it does now. And obviously you'd supplement all the other skills with things like Blockade of Frost, because you get the damage shield. You'd also get the chilled status effect, and it gets a slight snare. So again, it's just an AoE snare. You could add a more scribe skills if you have scribing. So yeah, I hope that kind of gives you some ideas. Okan, I think it's pronounced, says, hey boss, have you ever tried a melee Sulk? Like new trial set, no Arcana. Recently tried Alphic with daggers, still can use shield and using Vampire Spammable, Ethereal Burst and Crystal Weapon. Yeah, so the melee Sulk, I'd say it's like a Stam Sulk. Obviously I know you're using magical skills, but that's kind of how it plays. Let's get some dots on this dude. Alright, or not. Who's dead? We didn't need to dot him up. So that Templar has Marstock. I'm just pushing around because I've got like 5 or 6 people with me. There it is. Are they going to follow me? No. Okay, I thought they might have followed me. It went for the stun. So he's trying to go for the using the mask lock to like really proc you with dots and then hit you with beam spam. So yeah, to the melee Sork, what I find typically is it's got really good burst. The Null Arcana is a good set. It is bugged though at present. So what's happening is it's proccing 2 or 3 times each time. It's not always doing it, but it does it when you use the Vampire Spammer Ball and with Crystal Weapon. So if you use the Crushing Weapon, sorry, not Crystal Weapon. Whatever these... no, Crystal Weapon's the stand one. With Crystal Weapon it does it on. Oh, I went to go for the heal. The Vampire ult. Okay, we need to be mindful that he's got the Scavenging because I went to roll it and then he hit me with the Fossilize. Can't CC break at that as well, am I? Yeah, could not CC break. Yeah, I need to be mindful of the that group because they come in as a pair, that purple group. Yeah, Crystal Weapon Stamina one to have the big burst. Yeah, it bugs with Null Arcana. So I've got a couple like superstars where it's procced like 3 or 4 times in an 8-second fight, which is obviously impossible unless it's double proccing. Yeah, his Templar mate comes in way too much. That mask lock though, oh. Yeah, we've got to be mindful of that purple group. They seem like a pre-made because they keep coming together. They're probably not, but like if you look at they stick together and you attack one, the other one comes to you. So in that situation, you're better kind of either trying to pull one of them away or focusing from a distance with your group. So you look, see his Templar mate came in again. So I'm going to pull down here. Because I know if I stay up there, I'm going to get 3 or 4 people pop in. Yeah, you look, that other person came in. Yeah, that purple group is definitely pre-made. Because as soon as I went for that Templar, the other Warden just ran in with Northern Storm, which is really like, and then stood trying to like face tank him. So that you can see, look, there he comes again. See, they pull back. See, you can literally see them move around. I should focus on the red because that group is moving together. And when there's that many people, the dot, I don't have enough burst on this build. With the crystal weapon on the Stamtalk that Oaken was saying, it works well. Me personally, it's not my kind of thing. I prefer Mag Sork. I like Mag Sork. Looking at the poll, people said Sork or Nightblade stroke Stam. So it could be like a Mag Nightblade or a Stam Nightblade. So we'll switch. But you can see like that's the against people who in a 1v1 you have like burst and you can like do damage to kill people because you've got so much sustained damage, so it kind of makes up for the burst as such. Against we'll go Mag Sork, that's like in the middle. Against kind of groups of people, as soon as there's any cross healing, you find dot builds really struggle because if you're doing 4,000 or 5,000 damage a second with the dots, well, people would have 3,000 or 4,000 healing. So if they heal themselves once or twice, they're going to out heal your damage anyway. And that's what happened with that purple group. Whereas the match before, when the people didn't have so much cross healing, we had a much easier time killing people. This is the Mag Sork. Probably going to put on... Fishbowl's really good for the Max Magicka. Like, we get an obscene amount of Magicka with this. It's the one that's on the channel. So Crafty, Tudor, Trainee, Wretched, Death Dealers. Ice Staff. Although, I'm probably going to change that. Having been playing with different builds, I'm probably going to go with an Inferno Staff. Like for next patch, just as a heads up. Because the Ice Staff, yes, you get blocking and stuff, but I don't really block much on this. And I think the Trifocus Heavy Attack on the Inferno, it's a 9k. I think when we're buffed, it goes a bit higher. Yeah, it's a 10k. It's like an extra dot, basically. So we'll queue for BGs. We've got a rewards are worthy and one of these. One. Let's quickly open these. Mitigation. Class script. Take that. The rest of that's rubbish. Okay, our BG is ready. I love Mag Sork. Absolutely love it. Whilst we're waiting, what I'd like to do is put a poll up to see what do you think is the best PvP class. And I'm going to put kind of what I would argue are the stronger 4. You can only put 4 on the poll. Jumbo says, this is why I'm getting wrecked in BGs tonight. People like you who know what they are doing are playing. Yeah, you do get that from time to time. You can't control the MMR you're in and like the match. A kind of really good gauge though is if people have Rallying Cry, and you see a lot of that, and like 35,000 health on most people, you know they're generally set up for PvP. Were you in the last match, Jumbo? Or are you on a different platform? Because I was doing BGs and I recognise that name. Hello, Mr. Arcanist. Oh, I didn't mean to shrink that far. Full damage. Full damage. I hit the streak and it's the full damage that did it. Oh, that's just annoying. Jumbo says, I'm on PC, just queuing as I had my backside handed to me. I think, like, I don't want this to come across as, like, arrogant, but I'm generally a good PvP player. There are people better than me. I'm fully aware of this. There's people that I'm better than, and that's fine. You know, people die. It's PvP. It's the nature of the game. So I wouldn't stress. If you die, don't worry. As long as you're having fun, that's the main thing. Like, I died from full damage and it was a bit annoying, but we live and learn. Go for the sork at the back. Dead. Wow, look at that burst. I went for the streak and it got me with immobilized. Didn't expect that. That was good by him. That was good. I played bad then. That's why I died. I wasn't expecting him to use the arterial burst. So I saw him using flail and I didn't see the arterial burst on me. Which is obviously, it puts the dot, which helps with the master lock proc. But what makes it work quite well is that you can use it quicker than flail. So I was expecting the flail to, like, have that 0.5 second or something it has. I can't CC break. I'm rolling too much. Yeah, that Arcanist, I need to be mindful of him because I'm playing really aggressive and rolling too much. He's on a bash build. Need that to fall off him. Let me find where he's on. We won't have enough damage. He's going for it, isn't he? I feel like we're just trolling him. I hate Marsoc so much. So there's a Marsoc on me. As soon as that's on me, that's what hits really freaking hard. Oh, he had to put his shield on. He tried going for me. This is like become like just. I've got to streak through this to get the stun on them. I sat in his AoE. You'll see it. Sanctum of the Sea, that was it. That was literally just taking away my shield. Because we did so much damage into him, I got CC locked because of the immobilize spam and then the stun spam. So I broke the stun but had the immobilize on me. Jumbo was saying it's all good, stay till the end, just so I'll get the highest damage and BG despite losing. Tis all fun. Yeah, 100%. Is that Master Lock? He has to wait for that Master Lock proc. There it is. Oh, almost got in there. Arterial burst. Yeah, is it literally every time that Master Lock's on, it just rips my shield off. I'll show you the damage it's doing, by the way. Master Lock is like it is the best like proc set in the game for damage. So it was this dude here. So if you look, it's doing 10% of his damage. So 12 hits and it did 18,500 damage to me. And it ticks like every second. It ticks really fast and hits really quick. And none of those were crits, by the way. Really, really strong set. So that's why when the Master Lock's on me, I can't sit there because it does so much damage. Giant Monkey says, I haven't seen a flag in this match. No, it's been a BG's and it's been like deathmatch. Like every match is played as deathmatch. So look, I had the Dawnbreaker and the person at the back. Good Dawnbreaker though. So he's running something similar to what I will be doing next patch, but I'm going to be using Flail. Not Flail, I'm going to use the magical one, the Tentacular Dread. That's really, really good next patch. And he's using Master Lock to like address the damage issue that Arcanist has for burst. I'll see if we can find him again, and I just want to show you like how strong that two-piece is. Sweet said, do you mean deathmatch with obstacles? Yeah, it does feel a bit like that sometimes. I need to use the regen food for this, by the way. He's dead. Oh, that was some good burst there, wasn't it? That was some really good burst there. Yeah, we got him. Monkey says, I am all for death flag matches. I'd love them to make King of the Hill. So I don't know if you've played other games, but King of the Hill basically is all v all would generally, and you have to get the hill to get points. So everybody's trying to fight to hold this one thing, but it's like overall. Yeah, watch. So watch this. I'm gonna play defensive, but just look at that damage from that set. It's hitting me for 5k. But you can't sit inside that Master Lock proc. Yeah, that Master Lock's disgusting. I'll show you the damage on it. It's really, really nasty. But yeah, as I was saying, I'd like to have like sort of King of the Hill and kind of those games. So if you think of like Halo and the different matches you have there, like just more like variety would be quite cool. If you go to, is it him? No, he's using Night Slayer. It was him. So like Master, look there, it was 2k. So in 4 ticks, did 7,500 damage. And if you're unaware of what it does, I'll show you. It's in my bank. When you deal damage with a melee heavy attack, you spawn a cone of corruption dealing 5,200 damage over 4 seconds. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it goes up by 10% per negative effect. So snares, status effects, dots, armor debuff. So all of those things like count as one of those things. So like anything on the buff tracker basically counts, which generally most people have around 10, maybe 20. So it's quite easy for you to get this up to like 200% quite quickly. Because you think you got LE Drain, which is LE Drain plus 3 status effects, that's 4. Double dot poisons, that's 5, 6. The Major Breach, Minor Breach, that's now 8 already. You'll then have a dot from like Bleeding, your actual dot skill itself. You got 10. Dawnbreaker, dot there 11. So you can see it's really easy to get this up really fast. He's using Vampire Spammable for Hemorrhage. So again, another status effect or another thing on you. And so, you know, if this is on like say 20, like 200%, it's doing 10,000 damage over 4 seconds, which is way more than any other proc set in the game, which is why it hits so hard. And obviously if you can get up to the full max, this is like 20,000 damage in 4 seconds. It's disgusting, and it can crit. So that's why this is a really nasty set. So if you ever see this like purple spew come at you, don't attack, stun them and move away until it's off you, because it will hit really hard. Sweetheart says, hey, hey, oh, sexy, howdy. Hey. Looking at the poll, people go, what is the best PvP class? Nightblade, Sorcerer, Arcanist, or Warden? Nightblade is at 43, tied with Sorcerer. Warden's at 14. I can't put other classes because there's only 4, but we will add those in a moment. So I would imagine probably DK might be on that list then. I don't think we'd have Necromancer on there. I'm going to say it now though, and I'm going to take a bit of a punt on this. I reckon Arcanist next patch is going to be one of the best PvP builds, like next patch. Like it'll be up there with Sorcerer in my opinion, with how strong it's going to be next patch. And you're probably thinking, like, Dan, what on earth are you thinking, yeah? I'm going to put a link to something. Let's see if I can load it up, yeah? Perfect. So I've got 2 skills, and I'll tell you kind of the issue that we have with... the issue that you have with Arcanist, I think we all know this, is you don't have a burst skill, like Deep Fish or Blast Winds, nothing that hits really hard, and you don't have a burst heal that's actually health, it's a big shield. 2 big problems. Now, next patch, we can do this. And tell me if you think this is going to tip it in the kind of good. So I'm going to put on this bit. And you ready? This will be my burst skill come next patch. So let me find my Chrome. I think it's that one. It's gone a bit weird. Why is it not finding it? There we go. So this is what I think will fix the Arcanist burst. This is Tentacular Dread. So it's the Morph of Flail. This is with 3 Crux and just my class buffs. So no continuous attack, no like Clever Alchemist or craziness. It's literally class buffs, 3 Crux, and a typical build. This is using Talk of the Last Alien King for people curious. So you can get a similar effect with Rallying Cry and Wretched Vitality. That there becomes my burst skill. 17,000. It has the 5% increase damage with the ink, plus an extra 6% because you got the 2% times 3. My burst heal will then be this. And again, this is just with class buffs, Healing Soul. It's 14,800 burst heal. It also gives us magic and stamina back. And it gives us major vitality. I think these 2 things, so this burst skill with this burst heal, means that we would have essentially what you need to play as a Warden. You've got minor breach from your armor, you've got major breach from elemental susceptibility. You'd run that anyway because it's a really good skill. So you've got the pen that you'd have with Deep Fissure. But the thing is, this is the second hit of Deep Fissure, but every 3 seconds, because you can get a Crux every second. And in some cases, you can get a Crux, like 3 Crux in 2 seconds if the armor procs. So I think this is going to be a massive game changer for Arcanist next patch. So I wonder what you guys think. Do you, like, am I reading this wrong? Or do you think, no, actually, that makes a lot of sense? And a Giant Monkey's asking about, are healer builds in BGs still a thing? Healers were popular back in a while. I don't play enough to notice. Yes, they are popular still. And yes, they are very, very effective. I would argue they're probably the most effective thing currently. The burst heals and heals generally are more like efficient, if that makes sense. So you get more like scaling out of them compared to damage skills. We'll see if we can queue for Cyrodiil whilst we are waiting. Maybe we can get in. Jumbo says arc kills and burst are going to be lethal. Do you see what I mean though with that massive 17,000 burst like skill? Like you can use it every 2-3 seconds. So it will be absolutely disgusting. And I said that's with Talk of the Last Alien King. So it's not like it's a crazy build. You can get very similar stats with things such as Rallying Cry, Wretched Vitality. You get a similar setup. And penetration-wise, I think the build had 20,000 pen. Because it had like 9k from armor, about 12,000 from just base stuff. So it had loads of penetration in as well. So it had the pen, it had the burst damage tooltip. It had the burst heal. Oh, and the Vigor. But let me see if I can find the Vigor tooltip. That was even worse. Like the Vigor was even more broken. Because again, it all scales off the healing and stuff. And Arcanist has really good passives for this. It was in this one, if I recall, so just bear with me one sec. Yeah, the penetration was 13,600 penetration plus 9,000 from debuff, so you're looking at 22.5k pen. It was really, really disgusting. For my vigor, this was not by a keep. This was just in Imperial City by the mobs. And I have to do this because it's a bit weird. So it's a bit weird, like for it to pick up. They did pick up a minute ago. It's not now. Bear with me one sec. There we go. It's still not picking up. That's really odd. So I'm just like finding out why it's not picking it up. It did a minute ago. My BG is ready. I'll try once more. I have accepted the BG, just so we are like there. That's so bizarre. Let me put it in a different window and just see if that'll do it. Because I want to show the vigor. The vigor tooltip is like stupid. There it is. It's 23,000 on that build. Like that is, I don't know. To me, that is like stupid. He's got a 15k burst heal tooltip and it's got a 24k vigor. Like it's so broken, and that's because the Arcanist passives are so good. So of course this becomes really, really potent. With the buy a keep buff, it was like 28,000. So I was like, my healing with vigor and this is just stupid, like absolutely stupid. Back to ESO. Alright, so we're in deathmatch. I should have inner light on. I didn't have inner light on. That didn't help. I'll keep the execute for now and see who we have. I don't recognise anybody, but I see quite a few rallies already. Ah, got him. Ah, I got him as well. Just pushing around. Oh, full damage was going to be brutal. It wasn't that bad, actually. Oh, my health bar went low. Managed to stay alive. Oh, my goodness. Pop. Might overtake Sulk and they'll essentially be unsnipeable. Yeah. Oh, I hate full damage sometimes. Let's just how did he get up there? Did you see that? Did you see it? That was mad. Oh, he's got an Arcanist build. Nobody runs a like Wild Hunt, Eternal Hunt, sorry. Let's use some overload. Pop. He's a Templar mate healing him, so I'm just going to push up here Beam got me. That was, you can see the beam literally hit with the Dawnbreaker, and as soon as the beam was in, it strips you off. But that's what I said. Cheese. I don't know. It's probably a desync issue. It looked really like sketchy as hell though. It happened again. It did it again. That same Templar. Unless someone's using like the Warden gate. Let's just move around here. We'll move away from the... Get him out of his rune. I got... Streetheart says cheater. Let's have a look. Is there a ward on that purple team? No, is the answer. It says this Templar. Mid-core. We'll keep an eye on him, but it seems like mad. That's a good fight until the team helped, yeah. It's this Templar. Yeah, we literally followed him down, didn't we? We'd not let him go. He's hella tanky, isn't he, that Templar? Like. Oh, I got him. That was a good frag cancel. Oh, he managed to roll away. We've had 10 kills so far. That salt is not paying attention. Oh, 4 damage. Ah, oh, look at that. That was glorious. That was. I went for the oh dodge heavy. He had a heavier Night Slayer. I could feel it. You can feel the Night Slayer going for your shield. The double execute on me there was nasty. Oh. Come on. Come on, down you come. Come on. No, he's not coming down. He's not coming down, is he? Let me... So many animals there. Look at all freaking pets. Dead. That's some good burst on that dude there. Ah, that's both of them. Oh, look, that was good. That's some good burst on that Stamsulk. That's some really good burst. Double kill. Oh, they're playing quite the purples. You can see. Go for that Necro is the squishiest in that group. He's like probably going for like there's no tomorrow, isn't he? I had 2 beams on me. They really wanted me dead, didn't they? Let's see if I can pull them over here. No, he's... Oh, I shouldn't have rolled then. Should not have rolled then. Ah, doing good though. We're doing good. We're doing good. Oh, what a streak! That was that streak. Oh my goodness. Ah, that was good there, wasn't it? Oh, and him too. Oh, that was glorious. It's like full health to 0. Get 18 to 2. That was pretty good. 1.5 million damage. I feel like we did a lot of the work in that match. That was good. What did you guys think? What did you guys think? Jumbo was saying roll, death, dodge. Yeah, 100%. Like as soon as somebody has the they're using a beam plar, if you roll dodge and you get caught by that, you're literally caught with your pants down. Like you are gonna die, and there's not much you can do because it scales so high. And naturally, you roll when you're low health to like avoid any direct damage. But no, that felt like that felt good, that match. Good little match. This skill here, by the way, is really good. Look at this. It gives you 8% damage reduction, minor intellect and minor endurance, so more like regens, plus about 6k shield. So it's basically like vigor. Because obviously this like replaces my vigor and it just gives us more mitigation overall. So when I do this and then I do this, I've got 2 shields and it's just so much like extra health, like essentially. It's really, really strong. But no, that felt like a really good one, that last one. I really love Salt, as you can tell. Jumbo was saying regarding the Arcanist that I was showing, the kind of stats and the way it looks, it might overtake Sulk, and I think it could. I think it could be really good. I think Arcanist has a lot of promise next match. I just want to see what they do to like the skills, because at present that Tentacular Dread's really good, and I'm worried they're going to like nerf it into the ground. Jumbo said I enjoyed it so much I logged out to ESO to watch it properly. Sorcerer is one of my favourite classes, as you could probably tell. I need to really, though, when I'm in BGs, just because of the stam sustain, I would recommend like changing this food and using something with health, mag recovery or stam recovery. So like Jewels and Misrule is quite good because it gives you just health and regens. Or you can change your Mundus and use something like the Serpent and then keep the same food. That's also an option. The Lover I was experimenting with, by the way, for people curious. What I found with the Lover and the Mage is the damage difference isn't huge. So in CP Cyrodiil, the Mage is generally better because you can get CP stuff that boosts Magicka further. So I don't think we'd be able to see them all Can I see my champion points in here? So you can use Arcane Supremacy, which is really good. And obviously you can boost that further because of the percent boost from like Bound Aegis, from the Inner Light, if we run that. Who do we have in this match? No, I've got 3 Sulks, look at that. Oh, our Team Sulk here, isn't it? But yeah, all the kind of percent boost that you have, you got the Daedric summoning passive too. So it's down here. Increases your max health by 10% if you have a pet, or 10% magic and stamina if you have no pet. So, like having these kind of percent being applied to a base magica pool is really powerful. So that Mage Wonders, although it's small, because you can increase it by like 40% because of the class and stuff, it becomes quite a big difference. That's one dead. That's another dead. Sulk I do love. Really love it. Ah, do you see him blow up? He absolutely blew up. Oh, what are these? Nobody uses these anymore. Like, who uses Daedric Minefield? But that was a really good lead, that was. Dead. We like literally, we gave him like no mercy, didn't we? He tried ganking us. Let's just reset. Oh. Where's that Nightblade gone? We're going to get the Nightblade. I'm like determined to get that Nightblade. That was some really good quick burst, wasn't it? That dude. We're going to push up and see where they went. Got him. He literally like just streaked in and killed himself. Poor Nightblade, lol. He's rolled an awful lot, he has. Yeah, he's got to be out of stam. There we go. So he rolled like 4 or 5 times, so he didn't have much stam left. We are literally just playing this like deathmatch, aren't we? Templar again. Hi, mate. Oh, he's shield. His ult saved his life. There we go. Get literally put on massive shields. We're on the flag now. And then I saw someone. I think you annoyed him hunting you down. I saw the stun coming in for the beam. Some good burst there. I went to go for stun on him. Oh, he's come down. Awesome. Goes up the bottom of my hills. That's his salt mate dead. He did good though. That DK was good. He had some good damage. Good damage. 15 kills, no deaths. What's up? Hey, look, we can get a flag. We'll get a flag. I do kind of think though, if we kill them, they can't then get flags. So it still kind of works. They kept body blocking him, so it made it really hard to move away from it. So when I went to go like burst him, I hit the wrong person. Oh, look at that. Boom. Absolutely. I love that burst combo when you land it. $17 million damage. Ah, I got him. We got him. We managed to get him. How's that salt dead? You see the burst on him? That DK had like loads of health and just went bang bang bang. Oh, he blew up. Oh, oh, so close to getting 20. Okay. 19-0 with a 1.2 million damage is pretty good. And we won. Literally just put deathmatch was fun. That was literally like just playing deathmatch. 19-0. We got some flags. We got a flag, so we helped. Oh, that was good. That felt really good. What do you guys think? What do you think of the Sulk? Like, obviously, I enjoy it. You can tell I enjoy playing Sulk, but yeah, what do you think? And I'm going to switch to my Magical Warden because I really love that as well. It's like one of my favourite classes. Let's see what rubbish we get from here. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, that's only 4 though. Oh, we want that as well. Okay, we're going to switch character to Warden. Absolutely love Magical Warden. There is a video for this build on the channel for people curious. But yeah, what do you think of it? Like, you've seen it in action for a couple matches. Where's the Warden? There it is. And the poll currently is 38% at Nightblade is the best class. Sorcerer is 31. Arcanist and Warden are both tied on 15%. Jumbo says, when it's played well, it's pretty much unstoppable. I do think it's the best class in PvP, even though I don't play damage dealer PvP Sulk. It's really good. I think the one thing it has an issue with, and there's no getting around it in my opinion, is it has an issue with executing good players. People who are good at the game don't die. That's just how it is, unfortunately. I love this build, by the way. This was like stupid. This is my Magnum. We're gonna go into BGs on this quick. This is, for people curious, probably, and I don't want to sound like it's the best thing, but I generally think this is like the best Magical Warden build you're going to find out there. If you want to play with an Ice Staff and use like the traditional Ice Warden build, so that kind of mid-range icy feel, this is really, really good. What we use on this one is Baron Thrisk, which is just regen. It could be Magma Incarnate, Wretched Vitality back bar, Ice Furnace front bar, Death Dealer's Mythic, and Master's Ice Staff front bar. The Ice Furnace is always on. So what that means is that this set is constantly doing 1200, it's about 1500 when it's fully buffed every second. Obviously it gets halved in PvP and then reduced again. But this is like Way of the Fire, but it's an AoE. We then have Wretched Vitality. Loads and loads of sustain built into this build. So we have 1800 recovery already without Wretched. With Wretched, we're like 2000 plus, 2300, which is really, really good. Plus Betty on top. And then our spell damage is like 5,500, 6,000. So we get loads and loads of damage on this. So our tooltips hit really, really hard too. Which is what I like. This is a really like well-rounded build. I need to get my ESO Plus, by the way. I got messed up with the when they lock you out of the PTS because of that bug. They had to reset all of your memberships. So when it ran out, it just didn't auto-renew, and I need to set it back up again. So yeah, that's I'll do that probably later this weekend. But yeah, I'll show you kind of like just how much it has. Like it has so much like damage for how much health it's got. Okay, so I apparently have this house. I don't even remember getting this house. How do I own this house? Is this one of the free houses? It looks pretty cool. I don't remember getting this. Anyway, apparently we have this house. Do I have a dummy? Yeah, I do. Awesome. I think that's a trial one, which gives trial buffs. No, it doesn't. Okay. So this is like the... So our spell damage, as you see, is 5k. When we get our continuous attack and stuff, it's like 5.5k. Which means our tooltips are really, really good. So I just put on all my buffs. And our death dealer will also proc too. So 8k frost reach, this will go up to about 9k. This goes to like 10k, this goes to about 15k. You've got the dot, you've got the dot again. This is a stun as well. And so like it's really, really like bursty. Because if you like do this and then you come to a target and then you do Dawnbreaker and you land them together. And you got all that, look at all that dot pressure on that. So like all of those dots tick whilst you're also doing damage. Philip says, tooltips are very misleading, depends on battle spirits and resistances. Best to show mitigation on ESP build editor against 33,000 health. Yes and no, Philip. Because 33,000 mitigation is 50% damage reduction. But people often, so if you look at this build, for example, we have 5k pen there, which isn't loads. Because I need to change my munders to the lover. But then we've got major and minor breach. So that's another 9,000 pen. Because it's basically like 6 and 3. So on this build alone, you're instantly at, 14,000 pen. With the lover, 16,000 penetration. That's already half of the 33,000 armor. People then have undeath, which is a percentage reduction that doesn't show. So what I found as a kind of general rule of thumb is if you take any value and divide it by about 65%, that's what you will hit people for typically in PvP, and that's like hitting tanky people. If it crits, it will go a bit higher. If they have like Rallying Cry or a few niche things like Vampire and stuff, it might go a bit less, but it's around 65% damage loss. So for example, if we like look at our spammable, this is 8k, half of that's 4,000, and if you go take away another 1,000 from that, this is going to be hitting people for around 3,000-ish, which is what you see. So you'll see when I do PvP in a moment, my frost reach will land anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500, maybe 4,000 if it crits. And so I find like having kind of apples to apples is a lot easier to compare, because the one thing that people can see is that consistent is the tooltip. There's too many variables that influence how much damage someone receives. So I do agree with you, Philip, in that the editor is really good, and you should factor in that people have 30,000 health, people have 33,000 armor, people have full impen, people might have Rallying Cry on top of this, people are probably a vampire. But when you put in all of those variables, it makes it really hard for the average person to go, this number says this, I hit for how hard? So what I found was kind of the typical sort of numbers you'd expect, anywhere from about 60% like damage lost just from armor and CP and stuff, all the way down to about 65-70%. If they block it, obviously it'll go be less as well. And if you go on the USP build editor, you'll see most PvP builds, their mitigation are about 65 to 75%. And if you tick block, it'll go to like 80%, which is like the cap. And you're using the USP build editor, which for people curious, it's this one. It's really good. So that's the link to the editor he's on about. But like, even just by like ticking PvP, for example, with no armor, the editor comes up instantly as 60% damage reduction from every tooltip, which is why I go for about that 65-70% with a typical build. Yeah, so in this match, I would expect my ice reach to be hitting people for, because it's no CP by the way, so it's going to be less as well. I would imagine this would be hitting people for about 2,000 to 2,500. 3,000 there. 2,300. So you can like. There, 4,600 crit on the ice reach. Oh, this is a catch of the relic. Oh, it was deathmatch. What does Magnum have for burst now, or do they use proc sets for burst combinations? Your burst combo. So if you look, that guy's 50k off. That's like freaking mad. They generally use that ult stun. There, it's dead. So we'll go for the. He's a 50k off. It's ridiculous. Okay, we're gonna go for him anyway. So that's kind of your burst combo: Deep Fissure into Dawnbreaker into Spammable. But you'll find like we have so much health, and you don't have an execute, so you do kind of need to factor that in. Just like this Warden. So he's using some healing sets with him too. So he's I think I'm gonna go for Northern Storm. So I'm saving for my Northern Storm because I know that. I'll go for Dawnbreaker actually. Can I get him some burst there? I'm gonna go for the that dude there. So that guy's Rallying Cry, which is why I don't get big crits on him. I'm just repositioning. I'm not sure that or 10-second thing is. What's that? Sorry, I'm just having a little look. Sister Scowl, sorry. Okay, we've got our Northern Storm. Dead. Thank you, we'll take that one. You see our healing power is pretty good, isn't it? So we had 6 kills on a Warden, which, bear in mind, getting kills on a Warden is no easy thing. I've got them both. Literally, that killed both of them. Okay, get the relic. I did my bit. You're playing range playing 0. Great for single target, but as soon as I get outnumbered in melee, you have a tough time or make a bomb at AoE mag DK. You could use Masklock on Magical Warden, by the way. To your question earlier. Way faster than he is, isn't he? Get rid of all those dots. Oh, he blew up. Yeah, he blew up. Okay, we'll get the relic. We will actually help our team. What colour are we? Oh, really? Oh, I got greedy. I got greedy. I went for him. And it was the Stormfist that got me. That's the only reason I died. I sat in his Northern Storm. I didn't even see it. I didn't realise he had it up. That did a lot more damage than I thought. Okay, we'll go back there. No, is my armour damaged? No, they're okay. Let's put a dots on. It's more damage. But you can see, like, considering how much health we have 40,000 health. We have damage? Dot's got him. Yeah, so we have damage for sure. Like, we've done 1.3 million damage. So, for the amount of health we have a lot more damage than you would expect. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, we're going to push up. We've got a Northern Storm, so we should probably get a couple kills there with this. He's not his Northern Storm though. He came with his Northern Storm. I got the other guy at the back. Northern Storm and a Dawnbreaker. I was able to hold it and get him. Okay, we'll push that up, that Warden at the back. He's a bit more damage than I thought. We're red. Fisher doesn't proc enchants, right? Or any weapon dots. Fisher procs... I don't think it procs dots, actually. Like, I don't think it procs your enchantments. Because they like your light attacks. And only things that will proc enchantments are AoE weapon skills. Or if they're on the floor. Or if you have a weapon skill, the initial hit could proc it. But I'm using double dot poisons. Because I find they're better. But you can see we did 13.2k. 13 kills, 2 deaths, 1.5 million damage. Like, we have a good amount of damage. And as I said, I reckon although my ice tooltip was around 8k in there, I reckon we're doing about 2k low end and then up to probably about 3.5k if it crits. So we'll have a look and see what it was doing. Yeah, so average was 2.7, highest was 5k. So that's against him who's squishy. 2.3 up to 3.4. So you can see that if you kind of take the tooltip you see and just divide by about, or times it by 0.3 essentially, that's kind of what you're going to get against most tanky builds. And against squishy builds, you're getting about probably 0.35. So like you're getting like 35% damage, and a tanky build you would have 30% damage, maybe 25% of a tooltip. And obviously crits will push it up or down with a bit of variation. But you can see for its health and survivability, it can kill, which is really cool. That's what I really love about this. Jumbo says he runs a very similar build, but you find it a nightmare for sustain. Is that on Mag DK Jumbo or this like on Magical Warden? Yeah, and Philip said like this is solid for sure. It's a really good setup, and what makes this work really well is that normally you'd have to use Arctic Blast for the stun, but then you don't have a good burst heal. And with Scribing you can use Dazing Soul, which becomes a stun, a damage over time, and major defile, so you reduce their healing. If we take the poisons off, and you go with... I need to change that glyph to a foulness glyph. I thought I did that. You'd also have minor defile in the build. So you'd have major and minor defile, which is really, really good. Jumbo says for a Magical Warden. What are you running exactly? And like how much regen roughly? And like it can be obviously just like approximations. So go, oh, I'm running 2k regen. Next patch, this will change quite a bit because of the passives, which I'm a little bit like bummed about, if that makes sense. So I'll pull up the passive change because I think it's useful for people to see. I think it's version 10.00. Where is Warden? Oh, and there's a new ice spammable next patch as well, which worth. Days and Soul can become Frost Soul, so you can add frost magic to this to make this a frost spammable, which is cool. And then obviously it would have a frost dot too. So this is quite a cool like thing to play around with. I haven't actually seen the tooltips, which I need to probably check in a little bit. For the Warden, I'll just find the bit. It was in their frost line. .1.0 it was. Let me find it, because it is quite a big change to how you build Warden. So I'm a little bit like apprehensive. It's like I think it's gonna make a big difference to how the class plays. Where is it? Almost found it. Here it is. Piercing Cold. This is the current passive. Okay. So Piercing Cold increases your damage done by 2%, which increases to 12% when wielding an ice staff. So what makes this really good is that if you use an ice staff on a Warden, this ancient knowledge is still 12% lightning staffs. But we don't like miss out on this anymore, so we can use an ice staff and have the block cost, which is cool. We also could use Trifocus if you want to get the heavy attack and get a shield, which is not bad. But what's nice is that it makes Ice Reach. So how Ice Reach works is that this is its normal base thing, like Destructive Reach. But when you use an Ice Staff, it turns into Ice Reach, which the initial hit goes to about 90% of a spammable. So if you see that's like 6k, my dive is 5936. It's literally the same. This will scale a bit better when it's leveled up. But it's very close, and it has a dot on it and the chilled status effect. And the chilled status effect, because of the Warden passive, is it Glacial Presence? Increases your damage with chilled by X amount. This is like 900. So what happens is this procs the chilled every hit. So you get this passive down here every single time you use it, which is free damage. You also get the same as if you used a lightning staff. And then you also get slightly more on this, which becomes a spammable and an ice dot. So this becomes a really good skill. It's basically a free damage over time and a spammable, and you can use the master stuff for even more damage. The problem is next patch, what they're doing is the passive is going to give you Piercing Cold for 6 seconds when you deal frost damage. If you have 30,000 or more health, it increases your block. If you have 30,000 max health, it grants you 4 to 8% damage done. Now, if you use this with a lightning staff and sit at, say, 29,900, you will be able to then get slightly more damage than you do currently. The issue is you lose 10,000 health, whereas at the moment you can build really tanky with high health and have good damage. So survival is going to be a bit of an issue. Let me put my heals on. Jumbo says none attack frostbite. Yeah, frostbite's not good. That's the problem. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Put on some heals. That snare on the leap. You see me use my wings, I couldn't move. Snare got me. Yeah, leap has a snare that you can't get out. With the frostbite set, Jumbo, the issue is, in my opinion, is that there's not enough sources of frost damage, and your main burst skill is not a frost skill, so it doesn't buff your burst skill properly, like as well as you'd like. And other sets are just more useful. Why is he using Crimson? Just ran out of lots of dots, just ran out of resource, spamming heals. That DK is quite a nice dot build. His dots hit quite hard. You only have 1k recovery unbuffed, that's really low. Magical Warden, in my opinion, you need 2000 regen, and that's just with class buffs. This is where undeath is, and not having an execute is really freaking painful. That's where not having. You can literally see I just got lower and lower and lower, but his resistance is going up and up and up and up and up and up. Philip says, I'm glad undeath is getting nerfed, but I think they also need to remove the resistance soft cap and hard cap it. Undeath is probably a buff, in all honesty, with the changes. Because you get health regen now. Your skills cost less, so you can stack more damage. Does have bigger heals. Hey, you're right, Tate. Tate says, how are things going? Can I get sun in? It would be nice if you can sun him one day. There we go. Let me just spam my heals. Yeah, I couldn't get up. I should be spammed with executes. Yeah, Tate says, how are things going? Things are going good, mate. And yeah, cheers for the support. That's really, really generous of you, mate. That is. Not really generous. No, things are going good. I'm kind of in ESO doing stuff again. I've been a little bit busy past week or so. It's the end of the school year. I teach for people curious. I'm a special needs teacher. And so, obviously, at the time... That was 3 ults, that was. You can see my death sheet. It was Leap, Dawnbreaker, Tide of the Gaze King. I just couldn't move out of it. Yeah, that green group seemed to be moving quite well together. But no, things are good. I've got 2 days left at work, and then it's the summer holidays, which I'm really looking forward to. And I start a new job in September, which is in special needs, but it's a lot closer to home, so I'm really excited about that. Oh, he's dead. Johnny says, that's why I find your videos easier to follow. I try to... So I'm a qualified primary school teacher. That's what I do. So in the UK, it's 4 to 12 years. And obviously, if you work with like special needs, they might be like physically bigger, but they're working at a similar curriculum level. So obviously, I have to like explain stuff in a very simplistic way, and so that kind of helps with build videos, ironically. Oh, we got him. I've had so many assists. Tate says, I'm also glad Undeath is going bye-bye. My my sexy toons will finally look good again after 5 years of ugliness and crappy skins. No mandatory vampirism. Everybody's going to be a vampire stage 1. Ah, I literally blew him up. I need to keep my heals on more because these guys actually have damage. That purple group, green group. Oh, okay, we got him. We got him. Yeah, I think Vampirism's going to be used more because it's just free damage reduction for like stage 1. There's like very little penalties with that. If they kept it at 10%, but still... Oh, no, move away from that. No, that's death in there. That is death. No, thank you. No, thank you. Keep that away. Oh, I hate that. I do. Oh, my health bar is low. Oh my goodness. Run, Forest. Run. No, you stay back. You stay back. I've got the cheeky stun on him. Oh my goodness. Philip says special needs kids are actually quite clever. Oh yeah, 100%. But what the way in which the curriculum is, this is going to sound like quite teacher talk. In the UK, and this is obviously from the UK, that's where I teach. There's like a theory of feminization of the curriculum, which basically means that the way in which we teach children is much more suited for females because it's more sit down and kind of, not say sit down and be quiet, but it's much more kind of sit down and be, and boys typically are much more hands-on and practical. Not always, I know that sounds very stereotypical, and the curriculum's kind of been designed with that way in mind in the UK. So as they get older, there's less and less home ec type or like his or hers kind of thing, and that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that because of how it's structured, if you find reading and writing hard, well, you're going to find learning difficult. And that's what we kind of see, that yes, they're very capable, but unfortunately it just becomes quite a challenge. We got him. So yes, they are very bright. Yes, they can do a lot of stuff. But if you're measuring them in the way that doesn't suit them, it's going to be hard for them to show what they can and can't do. Because you're like measuring them in the wrong sort of way. So that's kind of my point. That I've worked with some people who are like incredibly bright who do have additional needs. Nothing wrong with that. I'm dyslexic myself. I'm probably on the spectrum as well, to be fair. Son, don't break up. Bah! That was nice. And yeah, it's it just makes it hard for those kind of kids who really, they can do stuff, but if you're asking them to read and write, that might not be the best way they could show it. I've got him. So yeah, that's kind of what I sort of think. I love that stun. Get some dots on him going. I've got both. So yeah, that's I don't know what you guys think, but that's my kind of. I haven't worked in the UK. Let's push up here. We'll say for a Northern Storm we are. Go on, give me that Northern Storm. Yeah, beam's awful, PvP. We got him. Oh, that's right. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just playing Stay Alive. It's quite an intense game. And I feel like I'm going to get... Oh, 12 to 5. I think we did pretty well. We considering one Warden, which is one of the magical Warden, is one of the weaker killing classes. Tanky as hell. Just finds it hard to get kills. I think we did alright. Yeah, what I was kind of just saying basically is with a lot of the kids and the way in which the UK curriculum is, it's kind of really suited to kind of sit down and write and read, and which is, you know, people need to do that. I'm not saying they don't. But if you're someone who is autistic or you have ADHD, so or you might be dyslexic, for example, those kind of conditions make it harder to engage in that style of learning. And if you're only measuring pupils in that style of learning, and kind of, oh, you're good at this, you're good at that, you might not get a true reflection of what they can and can't do. And so that was kind of my point, is that the way in which the curriculum is in the UK, it works for the majority, but for those more neurodiverse people out there who find read and write and then just conforming harder, they can't showcase necessarily their true abilities unless they go to like specialist settings such as special needs schools and things where I work. So I obviously, with part of what I do, I teach the students obviously how to read, how to write, early mathematics, but alongside that we also teach life skills and kind of how to manage emotions, how to deal with when you get angry and upset, how to go out into community safely, for example, how to go and navigate everyday life. And then through that kind of exploration, you'd then branch out into kind of different sort of fields. So you might go horse riding, you might go gardening, you might go and do metalwork or woodwork and find something that they're really good at, and then you'd put more of that into the curriculum for them. So the idea is that they find their pathway and their way to kind of make their way in the world, while still rounding off the reading, the writing, the mathematics. So that's kind of what I do currently. And so yeah, the kids are very clever. It's just given them the opportunity to kind of showcase it. Yeah, Philip's saying that's the wrong environment for sure. Yeah, mainstream in the UK, that's what we call it for majority of the population. It works, but for some it doesn't. And I just think, you know, people need to be able to have the best start they can. I know, for like context, I've taught in mainstream for 7 years. So I taught in mainstream for 7.5 years. So I know the challenges they face. I'm dyslexic myself, as lots of you kind of know already. So I generally understand. Yeah, same here in Ireland. Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland? So there's quite a difference between the two. I will do probably one more match, just it's getting later. I'm just checking Facebook and doom scrolling. I'm on a kind of like health kick at the moment, what you can probably call it, where I'm trying to kind of go to the gym more and eat better food, which is it sucks. The real one, the South. I remember when I was in school, this is like a good 15 years ago now, and I did my history GCSE and we learned about the Troubles, and that was really interesting. Like, I'm not going to go into it because it's I don't want to say it's controversial, but it's a very challenging period of time for all involved. But yeah, it was really interesting, like seeing just the differences, and I'd love to go over to Ireland. I've not been there myself, but I think it'd be really cool. See like the causeway and stuff. We've got our northern storm. Let's put on, what we're going to do this time is we're going to drop the Fetcher and we're going to go and use Shimmer and Shield for the ult gen. And we're going to use this to basically pump out more Northern Storms. Because Northern Storm is disgusting. Like, absolutely disgusting with how strong it is. Right. We're going to get our little tokenistic, let's get a flag at the start of this match, and then we'll kind of stop there. And then do like killing people. There we go. We've done our bit for the game. And we're going to do some PvP now. He went around really fast, didn't he? Oh, I always hate sometimes where you think they're in the range and they're not. Roll incoming damage there. That's a big whip. And he's stunned. He's going to regret coming here, isn't he? Ah, see, he died. We got him. We got him. Tate says, with my nephew, it took 10 years to get his school on board to focus on what we can do well and not constantly harp about what he struggles with. His self-esteem shot right up. And he said, when he felt better about himself, his marks improved even with conventional topics. I love it, conventional topics. And then Philip says, some nice locations in Britain and Ireland. Pity is always pissing it down. Yeah. I'm from the, obviously, southeast. You can tell by my accent. It's pretty dry down here most of the time, to be fair. If you go up north, it's always wet. I studied in Lancaster, and it's just like, I think it's rain like 80% of the year. It's just like, it's depressing. Tate says, I'm sad that he is now at the end of his schooling career. Like, we even have it with our son Thomas. Like, it sounds silly, yeah, but so my son Thomas is autistic. Lots of you kind of know that anyway, and his school didn't put anything in place at the start, and instead of kind of help him, they just like tried suspending him, all sorts of stuff, which is awful. Like trying to hold down a job when your son's been sent home from school. And what it transpires was that they didn't put the support in place. As soon as they put it into place, he stopped getting suspended. He was engaging, etc., etc. And it just kind of shows, even though, like, my wife and I, we both know the school system, you can still get bad experiences. So what we had to do the head teacher there hated me because I was just like, we knew the system, so we're like, no, that's unlawful. You can't do that. That's illegal. And he's like, oh, I think you're not allowed to do that. And sadly, too many times, a lot of people get ignored because they act like they don't know the system. There we go, died. So yeah, it's just sad because I think a lot of kids need help, and there's not a lot of money going around in schools currently. We're going to see if we can get another Northern Storm going. I'm a tinky boy. I love this like amount of resistance we have. It's actually silly. There we go. That's my flag. My flag. I thought we did alright then. And he got 3 kills then. That was all good. I pushed my heel. It didn't fire. That was he was really low health and he's blood for blood. Really low health. I ran out of resources. I spent too long fighting. Like, Warden has real sustain issues for sure. I won't forget my heal. I was holding the heavy attack. This is where like the extra dot is useful because Warden lacks the killing power. Stunned. I pushed my LB, didn't fire. There you go. He's ran off. He has. Right, let's go get our flag. We were fighting for it after all. I think we've done alright. This one. Couple good fights. I'm going to push into the centre. He's waiting, isn't he? Philip said he would move over to PC, but he spent way too much money on console. Money as in like real money for like ESO stuff and things, or like end game. I'm gonna get the ult. I'm gonna get him the ult. 8-2 with 8 assists. Oh, it was good. Good little match. I think if obviously people have their own financial challenges, I understand things are very challenging in the world. PC is very good though. Like the add-ons are really nice because you got the kind of just quality of life things which are good, like the mini map. Some of the add-ons are really good, like Wizard's Wardrobe or Dressing Room. You also have a bigger player base. So on PC EU, and that's where you'd be, you can see the queues are like 3 to 5 minutes for Battleground at most. So it's pretty like quick. It's almost midnight where I am. There's still people there. There's people here. Normally this is typically 3 bar. By about 10 PM UK it kind of starts to dwindle in the summer, which is kind of what we're seeing because it's like 1 in the morning in Europe. But you find like Cyrodiil's always popped. Battlegrounds are quite quick. There's always people around, whereas on console there's not that many. I played on Xbox EU, and it was a bit of a ghost town towards the end. I am going to go and kind of call it in a second because it is late and I've got to get up early. I think obviously tonight's been quite good though. I've got a little thought emoji. Tonight's been good. We've had a few good fights on the Necro, kind of showing that dots do work against single targets, against groups with cross healing. It's a bit harder in all honesty. We went on the Sulk and was just blowing people up, which is awesome. That was really, really good. We've been on the Warden tonight, and again, that's for how much health it has, it's killing people, which is stupid. So that's really positive. And yeah, it's kind of a really good sort of a setup, really. With the builds for next patch, what I'm going to do with kind of the rest of this patch, because I know there's about 4 weeks left, and the next patches, I'm going to spend the next week or so making build videos and like testing stuff ready for next patch, because I don't think it's worthwhile making loads of gameplay videos when actually things are going to change quite a lot next patch, and I'd rather use that time to test the builds and get them out earlier, and then also the gameplay as well. So I think my kind of thinking for the next week is kind of put out builds that will be ready for like day one. Obviously I will test them thoroughly over the weeks, but to factor in all the PTS changes, because there's loads of changes. And then we'll see obviously how they perform when the patch drops and actually use them, but I'll duel people and stuff on PTS what I can. With what I did this patch, kind of I've been doing it for the past 2 patches, is test it loads on PTS, make the videos so they can drop really early so you know what to make. And I think that's worked better, so I want to try and do that again. It will just mean some of the gameplay videos for these builds will be a little bit delayed, but I will kind of show them on streams, which I've been doing. So I've shown the Warden for a couple of weeks, I've shown the Sorcerer for a couple of weeks, I've shown the Bow Sniper, I've shown the Melee Sniper, I've shown the Mag Blade. I've also shown the Warden. So next week I'll probably, or next stream, sorry, I'll probably show the Arcanist and show that working, because people have asked a few times. And I'll also get to the DK and the Templar. So rather than making like dedicated videos for those gameplay, I'll probably just do it in a stream to go, here it is working, and then do the build videos like I would normally. Just catching up quickly, Philip said he spent real money. Xbox NA and my skills barely fire. It's not really smooth. Ping delay. I switched to NA from EU. I would, if obviously money permitting and stuff, just consider PC. Take saying the writ is amazing. So it's called Lazy Writ Crafter, and you literally go to the craft station with the writ, and it just makes it instantly. You don't have to sort it; it just does it. It is amazing. Like, it's really lazy, and you can do your writs in like 2 minutes. You get gold for it. You get materials. It's a passive income in the game, which is amazing. So yeah, that's really worth like looking at. The one thing I'd say with the real money side of things with ESO is if it's cosmetic, it doesn't change the game. Like, just do factor that in. So, like, if you have a PC or a laptop or something that can run the game, maybe give it a go. You can buy crowns and stuff for gold. Do you know what I mean? So you might be able to get like the merchant and stuff if you need them. And yeah. I'm going to call it there, though. I'm going to say cheers for watching. Have a good evening, all. I'll catch you in the next video or on the next stream. So, thanks for watching. Take care. And bye.